Hello, welcome back to this ongoing series where I present my ideas for ability variants in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I'm sorry that I haven't made another part to this in a while. I have been focusing more on other videos and types of content to see what I like most. If you haven't seen any of the other videos in this series, I highly recommend checking out the first part. Now with all of that out the way, let's jump into my ability ideas for Engineer and All-Star. First up is the Engineer, who is single-handedly the most forgettable and underrated character in the game. His new ability variant for the Sonic Grenade is the Sonic Shield. When used, 12 small orange and black-colored megaphones start hovering and orbit the Engineer. Getting hit by a plant causes you to take half of the damage you were supposed to take in one of the megaphones to stop orbiting and home in on whoever attacked you. Upon hitting an enemy or surface, the megaphone will make a small explosion which stuns any enemy for 0.75 seconds. You can also hold the ability button to fire the megaphones which home in on whoever is closest to your crosshair. You fire them at a rate of 1 megaphone every 0.5 seconds. The ability is active and cannot start recharging until all the megaphones are depleted. This new ability has a cooldown of 50 seconds. This variant is intended to be a much more defensive version of its original counterpart and let you tank a lot more hits for a class with only 125 HP, while giving up the more instantaneous and controllable Sonic Grenade. Next up is a variant for the Big Bolt Blaster, the Construction Drone. This was inspired by the drone he had in the first game, and upon use, the Engineer will take control of a drone similar to cactuses and deadbeards, except that this one cannot fly but instead moves like a normal character and has a floaty jump like Rose or Hovergoat. The drone fires the same bullets as the Bolt Blaster but deals less damage and works on an overheat system. The drone has 50 HP and has no abilities but is immune to goatification. The Construction Drone is made to be a more offensive counterpart to the Big Bolt Blaster, letting you move towards the enemy instead of waiting for them, and could let Engineer play a more tactical role in his team by having access to a very fast and powerful drone. This all comes at the cost of having reduced damage and much less survivability than the original. Concluding this segment on the Engineer is the Demolition Drill, a variant to the Jackhammer. This makes the Engineer pull out a jackhammer with large clumps of dynamite strapped to it, giving him a small speed boost of 1.2x speed. Upon pressing the fire button or after 9 seconds, the dynamite will flash 3 times and then explode, launching the Engineer forward a very far distance, and any plants around him take 60 damage and are launched away a short distance. The Demolition Drill is intended to be used as a flanking tool to get behind the enemies or to cross large gaps quickly to assist allies in combat, at the expense of speed and the ability to shoot. Now it's time to move on to the All-Star, the class that only knows how to press the button to imp punt and sprint tackle. His first new ability, replacing the imp punt, is the Super Fan Imp. This imp is clothed head to toe in All-Star merchandise and has various All-Star plushies strapped to him, giving him a larger hitbox. When launched, this imp does not explode, but for every 20 damage the imp takes, by zombies or plants, 2 of the All-Star dolls will fly off the imp and make small 15 damage explosions when they hit a plant or surface. This imp lasts for 3 seconds before getting submerged in their own merch and disappearing. For the benefits, this variant of the imp punt lets you be more defensive by being able to put a wall between you and your enemies, which the enemies are punished for attacking, and could do large damage if your team coordinates and all attack it at once. But, this ability will, in most scenarios, not deal as much damage as the regular imp punt. The second new addition to the All-Stars kit is a variant of the Sprint Tackle, the Star Defense. This makes the All-Star gain a 75% damage resistance for 12 seconds, at the cost of getting a 50% speed reduction and 25% damage reduction for the same duration. During this, the All-Star will glow a pinkish color and a star of the same color will appear below the All-Star's feet. This ability has a cooldown of 70 seconds. The Star Defense lets you play more into the All-Star's role of a defensive tank, but must be used wisely since it gives you much worse mobility, making you unable to escape combat, and has a long cooldown so it can't be used as frequently. And now, it's time for the final variant of this video, the Automated Tennis Ball Launcher. When deployed, the launcher will slowly rotate clockwise, searching for plants. When one enters its sights, it will start firing tennis balls at a rate of 1 every 0.2 seconds and deal 12 damage per ball. The turret isn't very accurate though, and the balls have a slight arch to them, so don't count on it landing every shot. The turret lasts for 20 seconds and has a cooldown of 45 seconds. These launchers can be used to cover areas of the map while you and your team focus on the objective, or can lay down additional suppressive fire for a large push. Although, this ability can only have one at a time and doesn't last very long. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, then leave a like or subscribe to show your support. I hope you have enjoyed this series as much as I have, since it has been really fun making these videos and I don't intend on stopping anytime soon. Now that's enough talking for one episode, so until I appear in your recommended tab again, goodbye.